Yeah, well, first, like the activities themselves and then where they shop was kind of like not surprising, but surprising how consistent that was. Really, what made us pivot to the point where, okay, you like yoga, you like outdoor activities, cool, we're going to do an event based around those two things. And also just specific phrases like the dry skin therapy really resonated. And then people being called desert dwellers, that really resonated, especially with Arizona residents, because it's like it's a different species here. Like if you don't have water with you at all times, it's a panic. So the idea of feeding your skin that way and treating your skin well, yeah, it's just different.
I wish I could replay it. Maybe we could pull it up. But I remember that day, and it was just like, it was something like along the lines of like typical Nancy fashion of just like, we did it, or like it's happening, or like, and like it's blowing up, and it was so exciting. And I remember just being above the moon, like excited. I think that made my day for sure, if not my week. And so tell us, what did obviously you mentioned like what the months and years looked like after that segment. Yeah. Did you do any other press after that? What happened next?
Girl, yes. So so we started pitching with the help of Juliana, some other local media. Cause I'm like, I know these personalities and there's so much opportunity, all these lifestyle shows, and I'm close to them too. So being able to go somewhere in person. So yeah, after that point, we leaned into more of like the gift side of things. So we definitely did some holiday pieces that were like gift guide adjacent or specific, I guess. Also just did one on just general about desert-based ingredients. So there's different kinds of stories we can tell, and different stories resonated better with certain shows and certain opportunities, I guess.
Yeah.
And we also did one for Mother's Day, a gift guide as well. So they all feel pretty cool. I've had doing it live is definitely different, and being in a studio is definitely different. So prepping for that was definitely planning for different kinds of tables like that could be available to us. And, being able to have plan A, B, C, and D, and E, and like just ready to be able to pivot quick and adjust to kind of whatever's available for you. For the most part, they do tell you like, you're going to have a 4-foot table and blah, blah, blah. But it's stressful to figure out like what to wear on top of all of that. And thinking about what you want to talk about. Man, I am a wordy gal, which we're all figuring out now. So figuring out those bullet points that you want to speak to, again, having those 3 items that you want to hammer that are absolutely part of it. If I say nothing else, at least people can,
these are
hear
the
this
3
message.
talking points that we have to cover.
Yes.
And you've actually landed so much press since then. You've had Shout Out Arizona, Tucson Weekly, Voyage Phoenix. And there's been more that have just recent months too.
I also was asked to write an article in Scottsdale Moms magazine, which is hilarious because I am not a mom. But the cool thing was she read some of my blog posts, and she actually referenced, if we can write something like this post. So like, how cool is that?
That's so cool.
She knows my voice at least. And then I was able to kind of glean like what she was looking for by reading my own blog. So yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Like, can you read an article or write an article on for Scottsdale Mom magazine? You got it.
Yes, I can do that. That's incredible. And so tell me, let's go a little bit, I'd love to unravel more about like your marketing brain and what have you found? Obviously the press has worked for you in terms of like sales, but what marketing strategies proved the most effective over the last few years that you've had Earth-Based Body in reaching your target audience and also converting to sales? What have you found has worked the best for you?
Sure. I mean, getting to know my audience on a much deeper level has made all the difference. So creating a survey and getting the results and listening has been huge. So that in particular has kind of informed, it makes it so much easier to make decisions because again, you're not kind of throwing spaghetti. It's like, oh, I know you like fettuccine, so I'm going to serve that up to you.
Yes.
So we did learn our people are definitely outdoor activity enthusiasts with yoga specific.
Interesting.
So yeah, so after gaining that and also just kind of being surprised in some aspects on the phrases people would use or what's most important to them, I think that information has
Like what?
steered us.
Like what specifically, if you can remember?
Yeah, well, for like the activities themselves and then where they shop was kind of like not surprising, but surprising how consistent that was. Really, what made us pivot to the point where, okay, you like yoga, you like outdoor activities, cool. We're going to do an event based around those two things. And also just specific phrases like the dry skin therapy really resonated.
Yes.
And then people being called desert dwellers, that really resonated, especially with Arizona residents.
Yes.
Because it's like a different species here. Like if you don't have water with you at all times, it's a panic.
Oh my
so
gosh.
The idea of feeding your skin that way and treating your skin well.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just different. So yeah, really like being able to identify how they identify themselves has kind of steered us.
So smart.
And so that language goes into our social posts and our emails. Emails are where we convert most sales. So kind of knowing to spend more time there and knowing that social still makes a impact, but when it comes to straight sales, like we know the percentages.